Back to Junior Gaming. This is Junior84X, otherwise known as Dan. I am happy to have you all here. Just setting a few things up, and we will be ready to go. I hope everybody's having a wonderful evening, and that you got through with your work day, got through with your school day, whatever it is you're doing, and that we can all just have a blast. So, when you do get on here, tell me how your day is. Let me know how things are going. I sure would appreciate it. Alrighty, let's see what we can do tonight. We're gonna have a blast. We're gonna play another campaign game. So I think it's going to be a good time. We're going to go through, figure things out, and hopefully just have a blast together like we usually do. So you may notice if you look up on the if you look at our follower goal, we have officially met 29 out of 30 that we want to get to. So that is pretty awesome. I'm hoping that we can get there. And I truly believe that we can, because we've got a good group of people. We have a good time on the stream. And it's only a matter of time before everybody gets jealous and wants to join in with us. So thank you again for joining. And let's take a look at what's going on. We're going to do a new game. We're going to do a mission. Let's do something fun. How about where we Stream Elements is going. That's pretty fun. So it's something new that I tried. Stream Elements, it's what I use for my chatbot. So I'm hoping that that'll help bring a little bit more fun to the group. So you will be seeing some chats from it, trying to talk about what's going on. So let's take a look here. And I think this is what I want to go with. This is a game mode where you're not allowed to build residential buildings. So it should be pretty fun to do. Let's get it started, huh? And we're loading. We're just waiting to load right now.
It may have been the worst of times, for it was certainly not the best of times. But the Second World War created many opportunities too, Presidente. For instance, it was during this time that your unmatched genius anticipated the need for frugal ways of life. Many homes had been bombed, and people everywhere were trying to adapt. The Isla de las Casas Modestas, your unparalleled experiment in equality, was to become...
I would try to say the name that they just said, but I would butcher that, that's for sure.
Presidente, I received a boastful letter from Proximo, aide to the leader of some timeless precious president.
Let's see what we can figure out here. There we go. Alright, first thing I want to do, what do we got? We got a sugar plantation. I would like to build another sugar plantation. You're going to notice as I play that we always start off with a sugar plantation. It just makes life so much easier when you can get a good sugar plantation going. And those sugar plantations are going to go ahead and be the basis for all of my wonderful production of, hold on, I'm trying to find my plantations here. All of the production of rum that we're going to do. And being that tonight is rum night, I hope everybody grabbed your favorite glass and made yourself a drink. Here's to you, my viewers. So, at this point, we know that we're not going to be allowed to build any houses, so it's all going to be shacks. And remember, I mentioned the other day, we always go up in game speed, because otherwise this game can really bog down. Alrighty.
Presidente, we love our shacks.
They want to increase food happiness. So first thing we can do to try and increase that is let's go ahead and build a grocery store. And we'll get rid of some of those shacks in the way too. I don't mind. I'm a dictator. I can do what I want. Alrighty, so we keep going, keep going. We have these two sugar plantations working full. So let's go ahead and build ourselves another rum distillery here while we're going. And what else do they want? Hi there, Sarukai? Did I say that right? Is it Sarukai? I really appreciate you hopping over here. Are you a big fan of Tropico? Is this a game you play a bit? I always appreciate when people come over here and just say hi. It's always a good time to get a chance. Suraki. So I really appreciate you being here. Are you a fan of the series Tropico? I was able to say it. Awesome. Nice. I am very glad I was able to do that. Thank you so much for letting me know.
The palace issued a new
I
world
never want to
revealing
pronounce
that
somebody's
the
name
Allies
wrong. That would
and
be
the Axis both
just
lost
frightful
ground
for
while
me.
Tropico has annexed Greenland and
Oh,
Antarctica.
nice. What's a let's play? Is that through a service or what exactly is that?
Everyone has to do their bit for the war, officials.
This is quite the experiment, Presidente.
Your genius is undeniable.
Exports, Prez. Who doesn't love exports? Goods leaving port?
Man, everybody is so demanding of me right now. Holy cow. Yeah, so did you start off? You're Belgian, okay, so let's play. It's a little bit like a walkthrough. Oh, that's really cool. I like that they do that. So is it kind of like just a demo or does it give you the full game? I know for myself, I do most things through Game Pass, EA Play Pro, and then I also use Steam a lot for a lot of my games. This is through Steam, although you can play it on Game Pass. I'm not sure if they have Xbox Game Pass in Belgium, but it's an amazing deal. I absolutely love it. Oh, that's really cool. I love that. Suraki, that sounds like an amazing way to learn about games, though, because then you don't get... It is. I love this soundtrack. It makes me want to dance while I play a little bit. It's just a complete blast to play this game. I love it. Yeah, so did you only get to see Tropico 6 then? Because there are a lot of other really good games in the series that I would Tropico 5. Actually, Tropico 5 is probably my favorite Tropico. Not gonna lie. So you are not missing out. Tropico 5 is the way to go. Especially if you like just playing through a nice campaign. Tropico 5 probably has the best campaign out of the series. So it's one that I always highly recommend to people. I'll always tell people that the gameplay of 6 I like a little bit better because you just have more options. Obviously it's updated, you know? But when it comes to the fact that I absolutely love playing through campaigns, Tropico 5 has become my go-to. And don't mind me, I'm just going back through the so Suraki, and those others who are viewing, feel free to hit that follow button if you end up having fun tonight. I always appreciate having people here playing around with me, chatting with me. It's always a good time. Uh-oh, people are protesting. That's never good. Let's go ahead and mine ourselves some coal. And we'll go ahead and get right up in here.
The voice of Tropico reminds all citizens to be vigilant, eat sparingly, and buy war bonds. Victory depends upon the size
so do they
of the
do a
palace
lot of different
treasury.
games with that, Suraki? Do you get a lot of different like trials where they'll create specific scenarios? Because that's a pretty cool deal. I absolutely love that. I think that's something I would like to see a lot more games do. Alright, and we're just going to keep on going through. So this is actually the campaign of the game that I'm playing right now.
Your political maneuverings are
so
stuff of legend.
Tropico 6,
Excuse me while I take
the
some
basis
notes.
of it is that you're actually like reliving the hits from El Presidente's life. When you play Tropico 5, it's much more of a story-driven campaign, and I think it's so much better. It's something I'll definitely play in the future, because it's one that I really have a lot of fun with. So, I'd say probably in the next month or so, I'll start playing some Tropico 5, and you'll get a chance to see it if you want to. If that's something you'd like to see. I know for me, I love using Twitch as a way to find new games as well. So I tend to play a little bit of everything. So you'll see me play everything from Tropico to a little bit later tonight, because I typically do about an hour and a half or so, and then I put my son to bed. But after I put him to bed, I'm actually going to be playing some Biomutant tonight as well. And that's more of an RPG action game. But since I work all day, this is a really nice way to wind down and just hang out for a little bit. I absolutely love it. How is my food happiness? Food happiness is almost to 50, so that's a good thing. Now we just need to get the other happiness, fun happiness. We're going to get that up a little bit, and it's beautiful. It is. That's something they did amazingly with all the games, where the scenery around is so beautiful, because you're basically in a Caribbean island. It should be nearly perfect. But there is the fact that you're sitting there being dictator,
announcement from the palace
and
declares that
you
we
can
are
be as
definitely
good
winning
or
the
as
war.
evil as you
Keep
want to.
listening to find out
And that's
which
always kind of
side
fun.
we are currently on.
Our
Looks like I need
comrades
to build.
rejoice in
Oh,
your support, Presidente.
let's increase our communist standing. We're almost done producing enough rum. And let's find an allied trade route. Something that we can meet. Let's send them... I don't know. What do we have a lot of sitting around? We are sending out coconuts, so let's go ahead and send coconut. No! Oh, I totally messed that up. Sadly, there are no coconuts on the ticket anymore. That's really sad. Let's go ahead and do... Holy cow. Let's bring in some wool. I guess we'll do that. That's going to be a good way to go. So apparently we will need to do some canned goods. And what can we make in our canned goods? Cannery. Pineapples and fish. So what we want to do is let's go ahead and get some pineapples growing. Some pineapples. And, ooh. What I would easily imagine is that your Tropico Island could be on the way of drug traffic between Colombia and Vice City. Oh my god, it totally could. That is a good way to think about Tropico. That makes a lot of sense. That'd be kind of a fun collab game if you think about it.
Presidente, your aid is appreciated. With your help, we'll double our armed.
They were definitely really used for that. I know there's quite a few songs from Jimmy Buffett when he used to run drugs. It definitely could, and it would fit with everything. Especially if you like smuggled them in coconuts or other exports. That would be kind of fun to add into the game. Do a drug trade as well. %, they would. Do you have you heard of, I think Cartel Tycoon is the game? There's a drug cartel game that's actually pretty fun. So it's something, if you like thinking about things that way, it's a really fun game. It's a little different from what I usually play, though. Alright. Oh, thank you so much for the follows. Saraki. I'm gonna get it before the end of the night. It's Saraki. And I'm going to make sure that I remember that. I really appreciate the follow. You actually had us hit our goal. That's a happy dance. We are officially at 30 followers, 20 more followers, and we can move on to being affiliates. And as affiliates, we can bring in a little bit of money, and from there, the plan is just to make this as fun as possible for everybody. So, here's hoping that we can hit that goal and just have a complete blast together from then on out. We'll do some giveaways. I'll get going on some other stuff. But like I said, thank you just so much for that follow.
Demons below.
It is so appreciated, and I love having all the people watching. I don't call out names because I know some people just want to lurk, and that's cool. We fully support lurkers here.
Please help the comrades. The sweat of their
Yeah, don't you worry, comrades, because I need more Teamsters. So that's something you find in this game is key to everything, is having enough Teamsters to keep everything moving through. Where am I from? I am from the United States, in the state of North Carolina. although I probably don't sound like I'm from the South, but that's because I'm originally a Yankee. Buy
Our
followers,
comrades
primes,
rejoice
and
in your
viewers.
support, Presidente.
Sorry,
And of
Crazy, I
course,
don't
we all
buy my
rejoice
followers.
equally.
That's not a good way to build a good community. I appreciate you bringing that up, but it's just not a way to build a community that's going to be involved and where everybody wants to hang out and have a good time. I'd rather have 20 followers who want to talk and want to hang out than 3,000 who never show up and don't really care about anything that we do here. I'm a big appreciator of the real people.
Favorite radio station. What does that say? Love. We love El Presidente with
Who
all our
doesn't
hearts.
love El Presidente with all their hearts? Because if we find them, we should put them to death. Because we're dictators and we can do things like that. Oh man, I need to get more people in this place.
Some say that while there remain nations.
Oh, the access want to be here. It's gonna get crazy. Got the superpowers talking to us. So just wondering, Suraki, where did you have an assumption of where I was from just by the sound of my voice? I'm always interested to know what people from other parts of the world think. Like, where would you have assumed I was from if you did at all? Unless you can't really tell the difference between the accents because it all sounds like Americans. And if that's what you think, I totally get it, because we probably all do have the same mannerisms and certain colloquialisms that we use. Alright, let's go ahead and build a botanic garden. Let's try and keep people as happy as possible around here. If I can find space for a botanic garden. Here, we'll put it down on the shore where we want some prettiness. Completely understandable. And it wasn't a dig or anything. I'm always interested to know like where the question comes from and what you heard and any assumptions that may have been made. But I totally get it. Like, if somebody were speaking French, I wouldn't know if they were from France, part of Africa, the French-speaking area in the Caribbean. I'd have absolutely no clue. It's kind of like Spanish-speaking.
Do not panic,
a lot of times you
President,
can't really
but
tell either.
I bring news of a threat so unthinkable. I cannot even tell you what it
Another
is.
Teamster's office. Jeez. Alright, we're still building that population. Food happiness is slowly but surely going up. What other food items do we think people would need? I've got the fish, coconuts. We've got beef. Let's see. Did we build pineapple? Yes, we did. So maybe we want to go ahead and do a cannery. I think it's... Oh, that requires power. That is good to know. Does the creamery does not, but we don't have milk. So let's build a ranch with goats. Goats give milk. If we can find a good place to raise said goats. Maybe sheep will be a little closer. There we go. That's a nice spot for sheep. Let's go ahead and build it there. And I definitely want to build a restaurant. And we'll put this right over here where the most people live. Because a restaurant's a good way to also increase that food happiness. wonder how we're doing on here. About 10 months still until they come back from a Rescue Many mission. Rescue Many, they'll actually bring a lot more people to the island, and that will help us fill up some of these job roles, because if you look, 29 vacant jobs, only 7 unemployed people. Which I don't get why they're having such a hard time moving into a job role, because there are plenty of open jobs for them, and they can really live wherever they feel like at this point. Exactly.
And now, a
I
message from El
actually
Presidente.
fall under that
My war
typically. I like having happy
Presidente,
people.
The workers
I,
have a request.
it's just not
They
in
wish
me to
not
be a
work,
jerk.
But that is
And,
impossible. So
I mean, maybe
they
I'm
also
missing the
have
point of the
a
game,
backup
but
request.
I find it really fun
Let Penultimo humbly teach you something.
to play by helping people live in a better place. I mean, one of these times I really want to go ahead and just go all out on, I'm going to be a jerk dictator, and I don't care what the people need, they get whatever I give them type of thing. Alright, we got a good amount of people, so that's awesome. I'm going to send them on another thing. If you're not forced to play only as a jerk. Exactly, and that's kind of the nice thing, is they give you
The citizens are demanding
that
elections,
opening
Presidente.
of, well, if you really want to be a jerk, you can, but you can also go ahead and just be a nice leader that everybody loves and respects instead of fears and despises.
Shadow of despair. But to me,
In the past, I've actually tried to go a little bit more towards like the heavy dictator,
our spirits cannot
and
be broken.
I mean it was
So
fun,
rise, O
but
Tropico,
it
and
just felt
despair
weird
no more.
doing that.
And what of my
I had a
people?
hard time
I feel
keeping
your
up with
pain
being
when
a
your
jerk.
walls shudder and your roofs leak.
Because then you end
Those
up being
of
like,
you
oh,
who
well, I
love
want to do
roofs.
this for them, and you're like,
For
oh, darn
soon,
it.
roofs
I was
for
supposed to,
all,
I'm supposed to
and
be a jerk.
walls for many. Our efforts are aided by our communist comrades.
Oh, cool.
Each
Our
according
support
to their
went
needs,
way up when we
each
told them don't
according
worry
to their
about
ability.
houses.
Equality for all.
That's kind of the nice thing. You can be like,
Especially
hey,
those
just
who are more
ignore
equal
this
than
when you're thinking
others.
about voting for me.
So
Go ahead
vote
and think about all the good
El
stuff we're doing.
Presidente for the future that you deserve. All of you. Viva Tropico!
Viva Tropico!
It is a great day for our comrades.
Increase that communist standing. We're up to 71%. That's good stuff. 48 out of 50 on there. 31 out of 40 there. Just about educated. We can build another Teamster's office.
Loyal Penultimo is...
We are on the right track to do well in this game. The hard thing is when things are going to get a little wild at some point here. And it's just going to make it a lot harder for us to make enough money and keep going. So the big hope is let's go ahead and build up what we can now so that we've got enough money to hold us
Thank
over
you,
while we're doing
Presidente,
everything.
for attending to the needs of the comrades. With enough food,
Sweet. A free tavern. Let's go ahead and put it in so that we can keep people happy. We're going to put the tavern right next to our distillery there, because if you look, there's a lot of housing. And you want to keep things where there's a lot of housing. It'll make things a lot easier going forward so that they don't have to go so far for services. Alrighty. So we've started our high school
Let me
there.
guess. You're conducting a ridiculous
people moving in.
experiment upon the people of these isles.
And we have an upset church lady. So let's go ahead and build her a church. right there. And I kind of want to build another grocery too while we're at it. That way we can keep everybody fed and happy. And we're getting coal, so let's keep an eye on that. I just don't see anything worth it right now for us to export. Not until we're exporting a ton of rum, things like that, because that's where the money's at. They're doing take and give, good. We've got a decent amount of logs there. Let's go ahead and build a shipyard, I think. Because that's going to help us out.
Remember, Tropico could be invaded at any time. Keep your survival kit on hand. In the event of panic, breathe into the paper bag.
There we go. So this will give a clear way to get our planks over here for our boats. It's going to be good stuff.
I myself intend to vote for you.
We'll go ahead and let them vote normally because we're at 82%. Whenever you start having trouble, that's when you can pull that dictator move and sit there and be like, hey, you know what? I don't like the way you people are thinking, so let's go ahead and stack those numbers a little bit.
Of the military. We prefer a rigid hierarchy, but each to their own.
We'll rescue many again. And looking at this, we got plenty of vacant jobs. Not too many unemployed. I think what we can do, let's go ahead and build another clinic. We'll put this clinic up here. Yeah, and if you have any other games that you'd like me to try out, please let me know. I'm always looking for more games to try. Like I said, 9 times out of 10, whatever game I'm playing is coming from Xbox Game
Election
Pass.
is a landslide,
So,
President.
if I can get it
The
from there,
metaphorical
even
kind,
better.
Not the kind that accidentally
If
reduces
not,
the size of the workforce.
I'm willing to spend a little bit if it's worth it for a good game. Let's go ahead and build a library here. Yeah, especially I need to think of the fact that the for those in the U.S., I don't know if you get too many in where did you see in Belgium. I don't know if you guys have the stream sales. So, or the Steam sales. So, do you guys use a lot of Steam over there for video games?
I wouldn't believe it. Except
Another free church. Beauty. Let's go ahead and build another church. We'll put it right here. You're on Steam. Awesome. So, yeah, I know Calypso Media, they're the ones who make this game. You're telling me, look at how huge that island is. They're a lot bigger in this game than they were in 5, that's for sure. But the spring Steam sale should be coming up in the next month or two. And when that comes out, a lot of times Calypso Media games tend to be on pretty darn good sale. So that's something to keep your eye on, definitely. Our Faith Happiness should be going up soon. Let's go ahead and build another Teamsters office while we're at it. You really can't have too many of those. And while I'm over here, let's go ahead and build this. Oh, City of Gangsters. Yeah, that's a pretty good one too. Another really good one that they do is, have you ever played Dungeons?
I
I have been made fire captain of the island, President.
'Cause-
Oh, what a beautiful
The game Dungeons is like the opposite of everything normal. Have you ever heard of Dungeon Keeper? It was an older game. I think EA owns it now. But where you were like an evil Dark Lord, and your job was to build a dungeon to fight off the good guys. That's kind of what they do in this
The
game,
pews
Dungeons.
are full of every
They're up to
Presidente,
Dungeons 3 now.
and doubly so.
And I would definitely recommend, if you get a chance, try it out. That's another one. I'll go ahead and play it sometime soon, so you can see what it's all about. And like I said, streaming gives you a good opportunity to see different games and know, oh, should I? And I'm on the wiki page of Dungeons. I didn't know that. Oh, nice! Yeah, it's a super fun game. I'll try and play it in the next week or two. That way you can have a chance to see what it's all about and see if it's something that you would like. That's kind of the fun of following somebody on a stream. I can try games for you
buy war bonds.
and give you a chance to see, hey, is this something that I'd want to play? That is a super interesting time in the United States. I'm actually originally from the Chicago area, so I know more than anybody probably should about Prohibition because it was talked about so much. My friend actually lived in one of Al Capone's summer homes, and it was really cool because the back stairs going down to the water, because he lived on like a bay, the back stairs had like an algorithm to the spacing of the steps, so it'd be short step, long step, medium step, long step, short step. And if you're running at night, if you didn't know that algorithm, you'd just fall straight down the hill. If you knew the algorithm, you could outrun anybody trying to chase you. So that was kind of a cool thing. Yeah, basically, if a movie ever comes out where they talk about that stuff, I'm watching it right away because I also love that period. I think it's just a fun time in the world. I know it was a dangerous time, and I totally get all that, but it interests me so much. And then obviously, like a lot of Americans, I'm huge into World War II stuff. Also a very dangerous but very interesting time. So that's something that you guys have over there that I really wish that I was in an area where I could be around all that history. I think it's just something really cool to learn about. It's all about the strategy used and the advancements made because everybody was in a war. Because, believe it or not, I work in the medical field in the real world when I'm not playing video games in front of y'all. And a lot of things, when you're learning about the history of medicine, you find out how much stuff is here because of the wars. So it's kind of cool when you get to learn about that stuff. Alright, we've got some unemployment now. So what we'll do, let's build the commando garrison that they were hoping for. Ooh, I'm low on money. I didn't even notice that. We need to be a little more careful, I think. That could be dangerous.
The best defense is a good.
Exactly, and Madame Curie, because I work specifically in X-ray, Madame Curie started really the heavy use of X-ray in taking care of people. What are the little curies? I'm interested to know that. That might be something that I just haven't learned as from like an American perspective. What are the little curies? Oh, now we're getting some money back. That's better. Let's go ahead and throw a commando garrison in. And then we'll switch to using high school graduates.
They call me the... Do any of these offer...
In order to man our military. Yep, exactly. Okay, now I know what you're talking about. Yeah, the X-ray trucks that they would drive around from battlefield to battlefield. That was one of the craziest things ever. Especially, I was in the military, so I worked in a combat support hospital, and it's kind of that same idea of getting medical equipment and use up to the front lines and help take care of that. So it's kind of the basis for what I was trained to do, and I just think it's awesome that somebody cared so much.
I sometimes wonder about your final
to put
confession,
themselves in danger,
Presidente.
especially a Nobel
I suspect that it
laureate
could take a rather long time
going, hey,
to cover
I need to do
all
my part.
your
I'm going to
sins.
help. It's awesome. Yeah, sorry, religious people, but that's not going to happen. So now all we have to do, let's go ahead and make our military professional soldiers.
Presidente, it seems that German scientists...
We get a free nuclear power plant. We can't even build it yet. Oh, that's really cool. Alright, that sounds good, Saraki. I really appreciate it. Just so you know, in about half an hour, I do need to put my son to bed. But I will be back afterwards. If we're having a good time with this, I will be sticking with Tropico. Otherwise, if we feel like it, we can go ahead and do another game if people are interested. Alright, let's go ahead and do a sabotage. We'll sabotage the Axis. Just because I feel more on the right side of history if I do that. Sounds great, Saraki. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you chatting with me. I'm having a really good time tonight. I always have a much better time when people are active on chat. So, to those who are watching, feel free to hop in chat. Feel free to hit that follow button if you're having fun tonight. If you're watching this tomorrow or in a week on VOD, you can also feel free to follow me. And this is a game that I play typically a couple times a week. So if you're big into Tropico, this is the place for you. I will let you know that right off the bat. How are we doing here? Not enough unemployed to fill up my job roles, though. Something I do want to do. Huh. I don't really know what else I want to build at the moment. We're going to kind of let things be because we've only got like $14,000. So I don't want to go too crazy.
Enemies to our right, insurgents on our left, demons below, and pterodactyls above. Who knows what's hurtling from the fourth dimension
We'll do
to
a
attack
bus
us right
garage
now?
this time.
Presidente, I
think
am
that'll be a
inspired.
good idea.
I have solved the problem of capitalism.
Let's see here. We'll come to a bus garage. I didn't even pay attention to how much it costs. Truly not a huge deal, whatever it costs. But once that gets built, I think what we'll do is we'll do a stop here and then a stop back here for our mines. Because I want to get these mines going a little bit more. Not quite enough people working in the coal mines yet. Alright. Got some good shipments going out. Let's see how our raids are doing. You're done, so let's go ahead and bring in many, and you are over halfway through with that sabotage raid, so that's good as well. Alright. So now the question is, what else shall we build? What do we need in town? Let's see people's happinesses. Food's doing okay, healthcare is doing okay, fun's doing alright, housing's never going to be good, crime safety. Let's go ahead and how much is it to get a police station? We can afford that. Let's go ahead and build a police station right here. And we'll probably have to build a few more to keep things safe because of all these shacks. Shacks definitely make life a little bit more difficult.
Kidnapping those German scientists.
The wars are over, Presidente.
Oh,
I would
we've
kiss you
reached
if
the
it was
Cold
not treason to do
War.
so.
Finally, the war is behind us.
We'll be
What's
energy
next?
efficient and official
Certainly not a
separation of
different
powers.
kind of war.
Proximo. Aid to the
It is a great day for our comrades. We even
Increase our
had cake
communist
to
standing.
celebrate.
And now we can start worrying about building a nuclear power plant. So let's come down here, because if I remember right, in this scenario, potato, potato, I guess it's kind of however you feel like saying it. But in this campaign, I believe there it is. So this is the stuff we are looking for. Gotta have our uranium. There we go. And then what we'll do is build a power plant right here. That's going to allow us to get some really good power everywhere. And especially if it's free, you can't go wrong with
Ultimo
that.
humbly teach you.
See how we're doing on employment. Alright, we're getting there. We're getting there. How much longer do you have? You're already done, so we're gonna go ahead and no? Yes? No? Okay. We're still gathering pirates. Jeez. Alright. We need them to gather pirates quicker, that is for sure. So we've got a good amount of rum going through. We've got boats being built. The nice thing is, once this gets up to about 300, they take them.
You've got a
That's
surplus.
typically
of workers,
close
Rez,
to
with
another
no work for them to do.
$10,000.
We should be.
Hey, welcome
converting their
back,
time
Siraki.
into something that we can
I'm
sell.
glad to see that you made it back. Alright. They're going to build a cigar factory. So first thing we got to do, let's find a spot where we can grow tobacco. The old tobacco. There we go. And then cigar factory is a little expensive for my taste right now. So let's go ahead and finish building everything we need over here. Once these get built and we get that in, we can start building up this area. It is currently 8:42 for me, right around there. I typically put my son to bed at about 9:05. So at 9:05, I'll be taking like a 15-20 minute break, and then I'll be coming back and playing some more.
Enemies to our right,
I'm
insurgents
probably
on
going
our
to
left,
play till about
demons below,
11:30
and
my time tonight.
pterodactyls above. Who
So
knows
that'll
what's
be,
hurtling
what,
through
2
the fourth
hours and-
dimension to attack us right now.
Why work towards battle?
Yeah, 2
when you
hours and
should be
45
battling for
minutes.
the workers?
Oh,
President,
geez,
please
yeah, that's
help the
super.
comrades. The sweat of
So
their
you're
collective
probably
brow
not going to be hanging
drips
out with me too much longer tonight, and I totally get it. That is pretty late. And for those watching, it's been awesome talking to Saraki. I'd love to talk to you too. Feel free to hop on chat. If you're lurking, you are more than welcome to lurk. We fully support that, and I'll never call you out for it. And also, you can feel free to hit that follow button. You'll see it just below the stream there typically. And I'd love to have you as a follower, and hopefully you're having enough fun where you think that it's something you'd want to do. Because really, as much as I'm here for me, I'm here for you too, and I want you to have a good time as well.
I assure you.
Ah! The nun! She terrifies me!
You know, nuns terrify me too, so I don't blame the guy.
Statistically, every one of those people could be a spy. Be vigilant and report all strange activities, especially from family members.
Wow, 1:50 p.m. So what do you do, Saraki? That's a pretty late start. So is that considered like second shift, third shift? What's that considered over there? You work on trains. Oh my god. My dad would love to talk your ear off. He is obsessed with trains. He actually retired, and now he works at an electric railroad museum. So what do you do on trains? Do you do maintenance, or are you a conductor or an engineer?
My churches are
Control of passenger tickets. So that's kind of like we would call a conductor. That's really cool.
Well
that
done,
sounds like a
Your
good time.
house-spanning excellency.
So are you on like one of the larger railroads that goes? That's really cool. Are you in like a larger railroad that goes from country to country, or are you more like local mass transit?
A few opportunities.
Only national trains. Okay, that's pretty cool though. I absolutely love it. That's something that I would love to do, is just be on a train a bunch. I'm sure as somebody who does it, not so much fun, but for me, it is. Thinking about riding on a train is just super fun in my eyes. Like I said, I get it. That's your job, so probably not that much fun for you. I don't have church fee yet. What is taking so long with my research here? I'm not getting quite as much as I'd like. I'm only getting one. Things are building a little slow too here. Alright, let's see. We're full here. We're full here. We're building these two buildings. This is going to be good stuff.
We can't bank on saving the planet if people don't have...
Happy meat. Yeah, we'll do happy meat just to keep you people happy. Oof. So looking through, where are we at on our unemployed again? We've got 3 spots open for high schoolers. Okay, well that's not too bad, a 3-hour trip. And
The citizens
like, what
are
kind of
demanding
shifts do you
elections,
work? Are they
President
pretty
Dave.
long,
It seems that they want a
or do they
choice
keep
in
them a
how they
little
are
shorter because
So
of what you have to do? you like your job. That's awesome. That's something a lot of people can't say. I'm right there with you. I'm lucky enough to be able to say I absolutely love my job. But like I said, there's a lot of people out there who can't say it, and I feel terrible when people
it is I,
aren't
your
able to have fun.
Presidente. You have showed your faith in me, and that faith will be rewarded.
Yeah, when it comes to why I
Tropican
stream,
will get
for
what
me
they
streaming
deserve.
isn't I want to change my career
Today is the
path, I
most
want to
exciting
turn this
day
into my
in
full-time job or
Tropico's
anything.
grand
This is
history.
actually something
The
that
war
I
is
do
over,
to
and
be
a
more
new
comfortable in my
era
own skin.
dawns. Surely
I do
after
little
the
trains,
hardships
which only
we've
pass through the
endured,
city, and
this
bigger
will
trains
be an
which
era
go from
of
one city
global
to another.
trust
Okay, so you
and
work on a little bit of
international
everything
cooperation.
then. So you work from the local
One
to
of my people.
the
I feel your
national, so
pain
that's
when your
pretty
walls
cool.
shudder and your roofs leak.
But yeah, like I
Those of
said,
you
this
who have
the
roofs,
reason that I stream
soon,
is actually to get more
roofs for
comfortable in my own
all,
skin.
and
It's something
walls
I know
for
I'm gonna have to
many.
do for my job eventually.
Our
Is
efforts are
see
aided
myself
by
on
our
camera, which
communist
I remember the
comrades,
first time
to
I had to
each
do a
according to
video
their
interview.
need, from
The
each
second
according
I
to their
look
ability.
up to do the interview, I
Equality
see my
for
face and
all,
I'm like, ugh,
especially those
because
who are more
I'm not
equal
used to
than
seeing my own
others.
face. I also don't
So
like the way
vote
I sound
El Presidente
on
for
recordings.
the future that you deserve.
My voice bugs me.
All of you.
So hopefully it
Viva
doesn't bug you guys.
Tropico!
Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. But that's one of those insecurities I'm actually trying to work through, and that's the whole point of me starting this Twitch stream.
Are you suspicious about your neighbor? You should be. Traitors to Tropico lurk in every corner.
Wow, that
Be
is
vigilant.
that's
Report
really cool,
anti-Tropican
man. I
behavior
love that.
immediately.
I sometimes wonder,
Like,
Presidente, what
that
the world
is-
would be like with
That is one of those jobs
static,
that
still,
I never
unmoving,
expected
as if the
that I would hear somebody say, "Oh yeah, my job is with trains. I'm in charge of collecting tickets and deciding when we can head out." Like, that's something that just walking down the street I would have never heard somebody say. And that's one of the cool parts about Twitch. Like, you get to meet so many super interesting people as you're just chatting with them. Oh, I really appreciate that, Suraki. That is awesome, because that's what I'm going for. I want everybody to have a good time. And just to be able to come in here, relax from a long day of work, have fun. Like, that's the whole point of doing this. Outside of the stuff for me, I know that if it weren't for you, I wouldn't have a stream. So a big part for me is making sure you all are having fun as well. So I'm really glad you enjoy it. It's something I try to do that I don't see as much from other streamers that I really want to push is
sure the good
being able to
citizens of
give
Tropico
you
will-
recommendations on games, different things that I play, different games that might not even be under the radar. Kind of like I mentioned to you earlier about dungeons. And I mean, since you're interested in that, and I've actually got another viewer, Alec, who is also pretty interested in what the game sounds like. Where I'm probably going to stream that a little bit soon, just so that you guys have a chance to see what it's all about. Because I think, like I said, that's one of the fun things about
Election
this.
is a landslide,
When you
Presidente.
watch a streamer,
The
you can
metaphorical
learn about a
kind, not
game
the
that
kind
you had no
accidentally
clue
reduces
about,
the size
and sit
of the
there and be like,
workforce.
hey, that actually looks like a really good time. I think I'm going to try it out. Alright, we can send more rum to the east. And sadly, the west doesn't want any rum, so we're going to be working with the east a little bit. Trying to make a little extra cash. The nice thing is, every time I export rum now, it's going to be worth a little bit more, so that's going to be pretty good for us. And since you don't know this game very well, that's one of the real tricks. One of the things that really helped me was when I started using the trade screen, that made all the difference for me, because before that, it was I would be doing well with money, and like you saw earlier when I was finishing up the World Wars, all of a sudden I went from like having $60,000 and it just plummeted. So that's one of those things that you get to know in this game is you got to keep working those trade routes. Yeah, and like I said, I'm so glad to hear that you said that you see a lot of boring streams and you thought that you really like my enthusiasm and stuff, because sometimes when you're just starting out and you don't have many viewers, you don't have many people on chat, you sit there and you're like, wow, am I just really boring? Is this really not for me maybe? And hearing that really made me feel good. That's something that definitely made my night. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Alright, we need some more people, so we're going to rescue many again. And then we're going to go ahead and treasure hunt again, because I need some stuff. And do you typically work that like 1:30 p.m. shift? Hey, that's what it's all about. I have seen it before where some streamers, they kind of ignore the chat because they get too into their game and they'll just sit there and play. That's why I don't typically play games that I need to focus on too hard, because I get what they're dealing with, because it's actually kind of hard when you're playing a game that commands your
A few
attention
opportunities came up. Nothing illegal.
and you're sitting there trying to chat too. So that's why I try and keep it with some more chill games. Alright, let's see what else we can build here. Really, we don't have enough money to build much right now. But we are doing well with that. Our rum exports are doing well. Let's see, do they need rum again? Nope. How about you guys? Nope. Alright, they don't need any rum right now, so it makes it a little difficult to try and help them out with that. But something I can build soon is the canned goods that they want. Let's actually see. Yeah, we can afford this, so let's go ahead and do that. So yeah, like I was asking before though, Saraki, do you typically work that like 1:30 p.m. shift, or do you kind of work different shifts all the time? Because this is actually pretty much when I stream. Most nights, I just don't stream on Tuesday nights, which would be, yeah, still Tuesday night for you. I've got some, oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I've got some friends who watch from Australia. So I always have trouble with when I'm streaming, because I'm like, oh yeah, I stream Monday night. And people are like, you weren't there Monday night. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's Tuesday morning for you. So I always like to make sure of that. And Friday at home, that's pretty awesome. So typically you can see me streaming Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday from about 8 to 11:30 Eastern time. So 8 o'clock was about an hour ago, and then I usually go for about 3 hours with about a 15-minute break so that I can put my son to bed. Oh man, that's a pretty long shift. Are you on your feet most of the time too? Cause oh man, that's like just about 9 hours. Is that 9 hours on your feet, or like once you get going, are you able to sit down and kind of relax for a little bit?
Hoy hace caliente.
Alright, we got pineapple coming in. There's Fisherman's Wharf right there. Let's see if I got any more areas with fish. Oh yeah. It's a nice fishing area for me. So it's 9 hours max. Alrighty, alrighty. Yeah, I do about 8.5-hour shifts at my normal, like every day for realsies job, and then I just enjoy hopping on here afterwards and playing games because it's something I would do typically anyways. From 2:10 to 8:35. So that's only like 6 hours. So that's pretty good. So are you guys? Hey Antonio, how you doing, man? It's good seeing ya. I hope you're having a good night. I'm talking to Soraki right now. He's from. I always forget. Let me double check so I don't get it wrong because I would feel bad. He's from Belgium. Oh, I'm doing wonderful. I'm just enjoying my stream, having a good time. Speaking with Soraki, he works. He does railroad work, taking tickets and helping run the trains in Denmark. So that's pretty cool. We're having a lot of fun chit-chatting, getting to know each other a little bit. I officially, if you look right down here, I officially hit my 30 follower goal. So 20 more and we'll reach affiliate. That'll be awesome. So what's going on in your life, man? That's export canned goods. Perfect. Oh, they want an import trade route. Ooh. Well, let's go ahead and send out some of those. And we'll do an import trade route for wool. Why not? We'll go ahead and purchase that and we'll bring in some wool. So Soraki, what genre games do you prefer? And do you have any like favorite studios? Point and clicks, nice. Yeah, there's something so calming about games like that. It makes life a little easier. You can just sit there and be like, you know what? I'm just gonna chill. I'm gonna play some games, have a good time.
I'm so glad I made this deal with you, Presidente.
It gives you a chance to just wind down.
Always looking for a good way to make a.
Not very good at management games. You know, management games take some time to get used to. Once you get used to how things work in management games, though, they get easier and easier. Almost at risk of becoming redundant. Two friendly crews in the Sea of Thieves lobby? That is rare. See what I did there? Rare, because Sea of Thieves is made by Rare. That was totally unplanned. But what I was going to say about that is so often Sea of Thieves, everybody just wants to sink everybody in PvP all over the place. So it's hard to find people who want to be friendly. Yep, that's part of my dad power. I have a dad superpower of being able to tell bad jokes, so that's kind of what I go for 9 times out of 10. And I really do appreciate everybody on here. As I've said earlier, if you're here lurking, I completely appreciate you being here. And don't worry, I will never call you out. And if you're enjoying what you're seeing here today, feel free to hit that follow button. You can see we actually hit our 30 follower goal tonight, and now it's that final push trying to get towards 50 to get affiliates. So you'll see my next game will have a new follower goal here. It's probably going to be 40 because I like working in 10 follower increments. We'll work towards that, and once we hit 40, it's going to be that big push of, hey, let's go ahead and get that 50. Let's make it happen.
If you don't exercise it, it'd wither away.
This is
like a
also
muscle you weren't using. Disastrous.
Going to be the this is probably going to be my highest average viewer stream. So I really appreciate everybody being here. Feel free to hop in on chat and have a talk with us. We're just here to drink rum and have a good time. I've always got the rum. One of these times, instead of doing rum, I'm going to switch it up to some whiskey old fashions. And I might actually, before we really get into the game, what kind of rum? So it's, don't judge. Usually I drink Captain, but lately I've been trying to go cheap, so I'm not spending so much on rum because sadly where I live, alcohol is far too expensive. So, ooh, Kraken. I love Kraken. This is actually called Barbarossa. It's like $16 a bottle after tax. So, it's my go-to for I feel like drinking cheap. And we've, every once in a while when I'm feeling up to it, I'll do some Sailor Jerry, or just go to the classic Captain. Oh, nice. Yeah, if I want to get Kraken around here, it's like $30. And if I could get rum for 16 instead of 30, man, I'll go for it, you know? So, as I had mentioned before, I am going to have to take a break, you guys. So I'm actually going to end the stream now because I hate just having that will be back later thing. So luckily you guys are following. Anybody else who wants to follow, make sure you've also got alerts on. So when I get back, I think we're going to keep playing this game because I'm having a good time drinking rum and being a dictator. But when I come back on, you'll end up getting a notification that I'm going to be on. Saraki is going to bed also. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm going to miss you the rest of the night.
Scramble this channel
But
immediately.
Once
The code
again,
word is
I
borscht.
really
We have 20
appreciate you having been here tonight. It's been a blast, and I can't wait to see you on future streams. Like I said, I'll try and get some more of those other fun games going so that you can get a little bit more of an idea of some of the other stuff. Oh, I appreciate that, man. I hope everybody has a great night. I'll be back in about 20 minutes, so 9:25 Eastern Standard Time, and I will look forward to seeing you all there. So take care. I'll be back, and if you're going to bed like Saraki, hey, you have a great night, and have a good day at work tomorrow, and we'll see you tomorrow night.